Hey everybody, this is Coach D with TackleTrading.com. Had a request from one of my students to wanted to know how best to put in a stop loss on a covered call, and there's several ways to do it. There is no one magic way, but I thought I'd take a minute to show you a relatively easy way to do this. Um, you'll notice this is a Las Vegas Sands LVS, and this is a stock that I actually wound up in buying off of a trade adjustment. In this example, again, virtual account here, I got 200 shares and have sold two calls. We own the stock at $66.66 and have promised to sell the stock at $72.50 and got paid 80 cents to do so. So that's where it caps the gains, is at $72.50. That's the strike price. That is where the gains get capped. And between the purchase price of the stock and the 80 cents of premium, the break-even point's down here around $66. And so a real simple method for this would be to, say, I'm going to dump both the stock and the options if it dips below my break-even point. So there's several ways to go about doing it, but just a real simple way is when you're actually here on the monitor page and you're looking at the position here, you can see the numbers, you can see your delta, you can see your theta, you can see your profits and losses. And simple way to create an order ticket to sell both is to just right-click right on the header. So you go right to the header where the position is, and you right-click on it, and you can go create closing order, and you can do the covered, and that'll open up a ticket. Now on the ticket, you can do several things here. You could set stop orders or something along those lines. I find an easy way to do this is to use the contingency. So if you look over here on these, you can click on a little cog wheel. And when I can click on that cog wheel, it opens up this little dialog box. And I'm just going to simply set some conditions for it. And I'm going to say, okay, hey, when Las Vegas Sands, I'm going to go with the mark, which is the difference between the bid and the ask, trades at or below. And I'm just going to put in the break-even point, $66. And I'll say if it trades at or below the break-even point, $66. We're going to sell, the covered position, and I'm going to just change it to a market offset and just say, hey, if that contingency hits, sell it at market. And at which point in time it'll sell the stock at market, which should liquidate no problem. And it'll sell the option at market. Now, if you wanted to, you could go set it off of, you could do like a limit price, and you could go set it off of the last traded price or off the market. I usually go last. And then you could say, yeah, but don't sell it for more than 10 or 20 cents off the limit. Now, limits will potentially limit your ability to exit the order. So in this particular case, it's a very low probability that it hits that stop, that price, because it's way down below. That I've got a good profit on the stock. So I'm going to keep that one at market and just have it sell it at market and make that order just good for the day once that, we can make that good till canceled actually, so that it stays in force. And then we'll go ahead and hit save on that. And so now it's got a market contingency. And if you try to set, a market long term, that doesn't work. But if you set a contingency on it, it allows you to do that. So we can go ahead and hit confirm and send. And now it's going to basically say, hey, if it trades at or below 66, it's going to sell to close the covered position. And I'll go ahead and send that in. And that'll actually be an effective order. And because it's a contingency order, it sits here right at the last traded market price, and that order ticket moves up and down. But in this case, it has to come clear down below 66 down here, which is this old support resistance zone. And this is a very profitable covered call at this point in time, because again, I picked up the stock earlier and sold the covered call later. And here we've got a dividend that might be paid. And unless the stock price comes down and trades at or below 66, it'll then liquidate the covered call at market. Otherwise, the trade will stay open, and that contingency order gives you a way to exit your covered call if it goes below the break-even point. There are other ways to do this, but that's just one simple way, and I thought I'd show you that. Hope you liked it.